Selected. All right. We are going to go in 5, 4, 3.
Yummy like a gummy bear.
It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this for September 20th, 2024. For the next hour or so, let me help you sort through the world of gaming on Game S Mornings Live with me, Jeff Grubb. Today, Sega announced a surprising new game, and Sam Fisher is back, sorta. But first, please join me in welcoming today's co-host of Game Mess Mornings. It's Tamoor Hussain, everybody. Tam, how are you doing?
I am here. I am doing okay.
We're doing okay-ish? Okay. I'll accept that.
Okay, today. I'll take an okay-ish. These days, an okay-ish. I woke up this morning and I looked at Twitter.
Yes.
Okay. And I have known for a really long time that Twitter is cooked.
Oh, yeah. It's done.
I did not realize how cooked it was.
It's bad.
Until recently. Oh, it is bad.
It's
your boy previewed Dragon Age. Okay. Let me tell you. There are some people upset about Dragon Age existing.
Cool. Just existing. That's fun.
Oh my, existing in whatever form it currently is, man. Holy shit. Go check out my mentions in that tweet.
Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah.
They are wild. But I do have a good update.
Okay.
Over the previous weekend, met up with one Jerome Ochoa.
Yeah.
He pulled up in a van. He was a man in a van. And we went on
a man named Jan in a van?
A man named Jan in a van. We got that. He pulled up. Picked up my couch that we needed to return.
Right.
And went on an adventure. Me and him went to the office. Rescued another couch.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
That one was good. Stole some snacks. Almost stole the giant golden YouTube thing that GameSpot got. And I was like, it says GameSpot on it. If it did say GameSpot on it, I would have stolen that shit immediately.
And you successfully returned the couch?
Yeah, so we went all the way down there, and they were like, you need the box. You need a box. And I was like, I do not have a box. I did like plastic wrap it. So it's plastic wrapped up, and they were like, we need the box. And I was like, you clearly don't need the box. And the lady was like, let me go and talk to my manager. And I was like, if you're going to talk to your manager, that means there is a scenario where you could do this without a box. Just fucking do it without the box. And then she was like, we need the box. But I tell you what, bring your van over so I can look at it. I'm like, what? How's that going to help? You clearly have an option.
You're going to see that there is no box still, and we'll be right back in the same situation.
And then she was like, I just want to see it. So I think she also thought it was like this fucking huge couch. It's a tiny, my ass barely fit on it, which is why I was giving it back.
Right.
She looks at it and she looks at us and she goes, I'll take it, bring it in. Which is great. So we brought it in.
Jan in chat is saying Tam was very patient with the Walmart people. Is this true?
I was about to pop off. If they said no, I was going to pop off.
But you didn't. That's
I was
fine.
Also very cognizant that I was with Jan, and I didn't want to,
Sure, you didn't want to bring down his stock with the Walmart folks, of course.
Exactly.
I've seen some raw dogged couches in Walmart aisles before. Like they saw them like that sometimes. What the hell?
They had like some stuff behind them that they were given like clearly are like processed refunds.
Right.
Shit was handled by Wolverine. But like that stuff was shredded. I then went to got the thing. She looked at it and she was like, okay, great. You've got the various pieces here. You've got the side pillows. And I was like, got all that. She processed it. I went outside and I looked at Jan and I was like, Jan, I forgot to bring the side pillows. Let's get out of here. Let's get the fuck out of there.
Just the van screeching tires, peeling out of the Walmart parking lot. Hell yeah.
We got the hell out of there ASAP, Rocky.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it happen. Is there a new couch that will be in your life at some point?
I hope so, man. I really, really hope so. I'm struggling to find one that is like good size. I don't think I'm gonna get a decent reclining or like daybed style sofa that is, the size that I need it. That isn't made of a material my cats will shred. So I might end up just doing like a nice chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get a lazy
So I
boy.
think that's probably it. Yeah.
Just kick back, recline, have a good time. Yeah. You're one of the many people that has travel coming up. You ready for that?
Yeah, I did wake up with a sore throat, which is a bad omen
I
for me,
know exactly
which is
what you
why
mean.
I'm chugging, or I'm like
Yeah,
eating a lot of lozenges, breaking the rule of don't eat while you're on camera.
we're gonna protect our boy Tam. Everybody, let him get his
I gotta
lozenge
get
on.
it. I think it was pretty cold yesterday, and I have no respect for the weather, so I went out in a t-shirt and shorts. And then I had an iced latte, which is probably a mistake. And then I woke up with a sore throat. So I feel like it's all connected. And
Yeah.
my hope is by tomorrow it'll be fine.
Well, let's get you through this. Let's get you through today. Get you rested up for your trip and stuff like that. And explain what we do here. Most weekdays, I, Jeff Grubb, will help piece your gaming life back together. That includes breaking news and maybe even some of our own original reporting. For all these topics, I'll get the input of a bona fide expert who will make me look smart. If you are watching live on Twitch, welcome. You can always listen to the show later on podcast feeds by searching for Game Mess Mornings or find the RSS on giantbomb.com. You can also catch the show later with chapters and timestamps on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. All right, we have a lot to get into, so let's start the morning mess with next, Like a Dragon is a pirate adventure starring Majima. This is from Darren Bonthus at GameSpot.
They did it. They finally did it.
They did it. They really just
they
did
gave
it.
Everyone the thing they want, which is a Majima game.
And it's kind of like
finally
the most Majima game. It's bonkers.
Oh, God. It's beautiful.
Sega Ryugotoku Studio have revealed
one
the
more
next
time. Let me hear that again. One more.
Nah, too much.
Give me a third time. I need it a third time.
Gorlami, Ryugotoku Studio have revealed the next Like a Dragon. I'm going to lose it each time. And this time, everyone's favorite Yakuza loose cannon Goro Majima will be the star of it. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is the full name. We'll see an amnesiac Majima reinvent himself as a pirate captain, searching for a legendary treasure, an adventure that will see him cross swords with Hawaiian pirate gangs. The first trailer... Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sega, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you so much for this. This is what I needed. This is a balm for my soul. They just were like, what can we do with Majima? And they were like, make him crazier and make him forget what's going on and make him a pirate. Yep. And they went, hell yeah, let's do it. And oh my God, this sounds incredible to me.
So people are like, okay, what exactly is it? They're doing the thing. They're going to reuse the Hawaii map, and then there's a couple new settings as well. There's an island, a pirate island that Majima will be able to build up or something. Doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be the Animal Crossing game again. Might be something else different happening there. And then there's a place called Madlantis, which is like a massive pirate cove, like casino thing at sea. It looks bonkers. I don't know. It's hard to like put your finger on exactly all the things you're going to be able to do in this game, because as in a lot of Like a Dragon games, it's going to be a lot. They did show the combat. There was a gameplay of a trailer. All this stuff's up on GameSpot.com. Everybody, you can check it out there. There is an extended gameplay trailer though, where they actually came out on stage for this Ryugotoku festival, where they're like, hey, let's actually tell you what this game is. They showed the combat. It is super action heavy combat. So they're like, once again, offering different flavors of what this is going to be. The turn-based stuff in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is still happening. And then over here, they're going to have Majima is going to be able to jump, like for example, which is not something that you can frequently do in these games. So yeah, it looks kind of like what I want. I'm like, okay, take these characters that I love and you reuse this setting because it was fantastic and do something slightly different. I'm personally hoping it has a little bit of Sid Meier's Pirates in it. I would love to just go out to sea and take on ships and take their cargo and take it to the port I know where I could sell that for the highest price. But even as it is, what we've seen so far looks very fun.
Yeah, Sega and the RGG team are the kings of reusing content. Like they do it so well, and I'm just like, yeah, let them reuse that stuff. They'll come up with something stupid to do with it.
Yep. It's
I hope this genuinely turns into just like a One Piece parody, where it's fucking oh shit, Majima ate a fruit and now he's made of rubber.
that seems almost very likely at a certain point
Yeah.
that they would do something like that. Yeah. They also a lot of cameos. Samoa Joe, the wrestler, showed up at the end of the trailer. Looks like Majima will have like a whole new crew to work with. It's fun, and RGG is the kind of studio where they have frequently put out games. I thought they would slow down a little bit after Infinite Wealth, because before that they had 2 spinoffs. One of was like a remaster, maybe they both were, but it's like, they had 3 games really quick back to back. This feels like, no, they're not slowing down. They have the capacity to keep putting these games out very frequently, and I'm not getting tired of it. Do you think there's any sense that people are getting tired of this? Because I'm only getting more excited about Like a Dragon.
I don't think so. I think more people are coming into it, especially after Infinite Wealth. Infinite Wealth was more people that I never expected to be playing Yakuza were like, yeah, I'm playing Yakuza right now, or
Yeah, me,
Like
I
a
loved it.
Dragon. And I was like, what the? Okay, let's go. And yeah, so I think it's like definitely growing for sure.
It really seems like it
Yeah.
is.
Why isn't this news story promoted on the front of GameSpot.com?
I don't know.
Unacceptable.
Tam's gonna lay down the law. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. This is more than I was anticipating when over the last few months we've been talking about. Hey, they said they're gonna have something unexpected at their RGG Fest right before Tokyo Game Show. What could it be? And then we saw the Yakuza Wars thing, which did that get confirmed as like something? I think that did get confirmed as like a mobile game.
Did it?
I can't. I'm like misremembering or not able to actually place that in a solid reality. But
I don't think it did. I think it popped up and then
it's a
they were
gotcha
like,
thing, is what
Oh,
some people
no.
are saying. Yes, Lexi, and then that it sounds familiar, but I must not have cared, because it just like went in my brain and I immediately forgot it. But I was getting my hopes up for that, and now even then though, I wasn't like, oh well, that's going to be some massive thing. Even when I had my hopes up as high as they possibly were, this surpasses everything I was kind of hoping for here. So yeah, very exciting, very interested. Yeah, it's a gotcha thing for mobile for China, says chat. So hey, shout outs to you. Enjoy your Yakuza Wars. I will be playing this.
Just China? Oh man.
I mean, it'll probably come everywhere eventually, but those things when they start in China can eventually filter out. But yeah.
Yeah, don't we know that?
Oh boy, don't we know that? Jesus. Next story. There's a report.
I'm kidding. Please don't cancel me.
There's a report that Concord director has stepped down as studio is being left in limbo. This is from Alex Hopley at Game Reactor. Concord will go down as one of the biggest flops of the year. Unfortunately, Sony's live service hero shooter just failed to attract an audience, despite reviews pointing to strong core gameplay. Now we're hearing reports that everyone at Firewalk Studio is worried about what the future may hold. Kotaku has spoken to several sources which say that the game's director, Ryan Ellis, has stepped down from his role following the failure of Concord. According to the same sources, Ellis was too emotional to speak at some meetings following the flop and won't be around to helm Concord again if it resurfaces. There is a massive amount of uncertainty about what happens next with Concord. The game doesn't have an audience, and so Sony pulled it after 2 weeks of being online. Some believe it'll come back as a PlayStation Plus exclusive so more people can try it. That just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. While others think it's simply gone for good. More content for Concord was planned, including new maps, free gunners, and more, but we're unsure if we'll get to ever see any of that in the future. Yeah, it feels like we're like in the middle of the fallout of whatever happens next with this team and this game, and partially because I'm not sure they know what they're going to do with it next, right?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know whether they know. I'm sure they have concepts of a plan. But I don't think the issue is I don't think they expected a failure on this level as quickly as it happened. No one's ready for that. Like no one's ever ready for that. So, and that means that it's not just like let's figure out what this game is going to become. It's like, let's figure out what the studio even is, because we put a lot of eggs into this basket and this is all we thought about. And this is all we like I'm sure they expected some level. They probably had a worst case scenario plan ready, which would be like, oh, if it doesn't take off and we have like half the players that we have, what do we do? I don't think they expected like we have basically no players.
Yeah, how could you expect that?
How can you expect that? So I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't the last we see of Concord and it does reappear. But I don't know to what end at this point. It feels like
Agreed.
the perception around it and the kind of PR damage that has been done is gonna just hurt anything that they try and do from this point on. Short of like asset flipping it into a completely different new game, there's not much they can do. You know what they should do? They should take that all that stuff and make a new Time Splitters.
There you go. Well, if all that stuff could work, yeah.
Turn it into a first-person shooter that is like weird and loose and like has that Time Splitters-y kind of vibe to it, and maybe you'll have something there. But I don't know, man. That's a big thing that you have to do now to try and salvage whatever this thing is. And everyone takes the piss, which is fine, but it's all fun and games until you see like average Joe people who are just trying to make a game losing their jobs or just like falling apart in
being
public,
unsure about their future.
Being unsure about the future. And like, I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, but it still also sucks. This is a brutal industry, and yeah, that is one of the worst stories of video game development in a long time.
Yep. I tend to agree with you that there's a chance this thing comes back, but what form? Who knows? I don't think the idea like, oh, it comes back as a PlayStation Plus exclusive, that doesn't make any sense, because it just, no one cared about it when it was a free beta. And I think putting in PlayStation Plus is just not going to make much of a difference. It would have to be a much different game at that point.
I also feel like Sony is getting away with not taking any blame for this. Like, people are really shitting on the studio. People are really shitting on the game. The game didn't really work for me, but I know multiple people that played it and enjoyed it. And while I was playing it, I was like, oh, I could see how people would like this. The marketing was non-existent until like 2 days before that thing came out. Like, no one knew what was going on with that game. No one even knew it was coming out. Like, Sony, in many ways, sent that game out to die. So I'm very, very surprised they're getting away with letting the studio take so much of the shit being shoveled at that game. Like, this
is all part of a Sony initiative that we know. Like, they want more live service games. But
they didn't step up and promote the first of the ones that they had. And
they do feel completely like, we don't have a living, breathing Sony like overseeing what this initiative really looks like to its total fruition, where it's like, you want these things, but what does it actually look like? What is your part in making sure those things get over the finish line? That was not noticeable here.
And that must make like the Marathon team and the Fair Games team like a little bit nervous to know that there's a chance that these guys will just like throw us under a bus in the first opportunity they get. Yep.
And there's a lot more coming from Sony in terms of live service, although who knows how many of those things actually survive at this point. They got to learn some lessons from this and apply it. And I think the Sony side is the more important one here. Firewalk made a game that, by all counts, and I played some of it, I thought it was decent. And a decent game should be able to find its footing better than that did. And so the failures just go so much deeper.
You can say I wasn't huge into it. But I can at the very least say the foundation of something really cool was there, and it could have been a thing that they build on, and eventually it becomes a game that people really enjoy. One of those, I don't know, like Warframe, I guess. Like, when that came out, people were like, meh, but then like a couple years later, people were like, this thing every year, amazing. Yep. Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, also at Sony, we had that ESRB leak of Horizon Zero Dawn remaster coming along, and now the latest rumor is there might be another remaster in the same vein, and that is a Days Gone remaster. This is from Marcus
yesterday on Twitter. I pitched a new week. It was Jeff Grubb Be Quiet week,
Uh-huh.
in which you just don't say anything for a week.
Listen, I tried not to say this one.
I'm willing to bet it will be the greatest week of your life. You'll just be unbothered.
Oh, no, I'm taking vacation here pretty soon. I'm not going to say a single word to anybody. This is from Marcus Person at Game Reactor. Days Gone may have never sold quite as quickly or widely as Sony might have hoped, and reviews at launch were mixed. The game actually sold pretty well, all things considered. I think it was 9, 10, 11 million copies or something like that, both from critics and consumers. But there's no doubt that the game has its fans, and there are those who even claim that Days Gone is one of the most underrated PlayStation exclusives. Fans have those exist, Pam. You know they're out there. They're in your mentions probably, talking about Dragon Age. Fans have expressed their hopes for a sequel online on several different occasions, but now it seems that at least a remaster of the game is on the way. This is according to persistent rumors that have started off to spread online. Jordan Midler of VGC writes, Days Gone will be getting a remaster. It looks like it will end up being the remaster that Grubb mentioned the other day. Okay, look. Yeah, this is it.
I'm telling you, man, Jeff Grubb Be Quiet week.
Yeah,
it's going to be great. It's going to be a
that's
revolution.
That's a good theme week for Giant Bomb. We could do that here right after Infrastructure Week, everybody. Yeah, this is it. This is what's
you know what? Sorry, to go back to Jeff Grubb Be Quiet
Please.
week.
Love this.
It would be you on every show that we do, but you're basically like the Doom guy portrait in the original Dooms, where you don't say anything. You just like look in different directions and make like grimacing faces.
That's very good face control. Like I'm not very expressive. That's all Mike's thing. I'm just like I can kind of grimace a little bit.
Yeah.
I have resting dick face. That's all I have. I don't care.
Hey, you know what? As funny as I found the statement about people saying it was underrated, that game was fine. Like it was big whatever. Like,
but okay, I get that there's always new people coming in. But is anyone out there that has wanted to play this not played it already? It's been there.
Who is this for?
Right.
Who is this for?
And I mean, I get I get that it's for like Sony to have a team work on a thing so they can get their feet wet with like the production schedule and timelines and all that stuff, and brings people on board that make these games, and it's something to work on between the big projects. So it's for them a little bit, but you got to have like there's got to be someone in the market, and this game runs really well on PS5 already. I don't know. Do you think they're like new modes? Because is Bane really going to waste their time on that?
I think the best I can come up with is there's a group of people, there's a potential customer base out there that has no idea what Days Gone is.
Yeah.
And they just did not interface with it. And they will see an advert or a listing or a box on listing on PSN or a box on a shelf that is cool looking dude on a bike with backwards hat and then a lot of zombies and be like, that looks like Walking Dead. I'm going to buy that.
That's true, and really the reality is
the best I can come up with.
The reality is like this is obviously the game you got to remaster next. There is nothing ahead of this from PlayStation that they should be working on before this. I mean,
it's not funny.
I mean, if there was, they would be doing it. So
it's not funny.
I think it's pretty funny, actually.
It hurts.
Look, yeah, that is definitely the thing that everyone pointed out. Horizon Zero Dawn was one thing.
I'm very excited for next month's Astro Bot remaster, honestly. That's where I'm at.
Hey, I'll take it. Horizon Zero Dawn and then this Days Gone kind of getting remastered. It really is salt in the wound a little bit to Bloodborne fans, but I think Bloodborne fans just got to recognize at a certain point that they're not even thinking about you.
Yeah. Bloodborne fans are also very much memeing.
For sure. Yes.
We're having a great time.
Yeah, it's all Squidward. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But also, who the fuck wants Days Gone on a re-released? No one. You know what? Fucking Deacon St. John is the shittest name and the shittest character I have ever seen ever.
Shout out to
that
Deacon.
Dude was crying about it on Twitter, and I was like, be lucky anyone mentioned your character's name ever again.
Yeah.
Like, be happy that happened.
Deacon St. John, the best Astro in Astrobot, of course.
Yeah.
And Gavin.
Did anyone ever use the phrase big Deek energy in reference to this?
Oh, they almost certainly had to have. I feel like I heard that. But if not, hey, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I'm sure there's going to be people who, I jest, but I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to play this and be like, this is cool. I like this. Because they did like patch it up and stuff. And they improved it. And When I played it, it wasn't terrible. It was just kind of
Yeah.
bland and not anything that I was into. It was like functionally, the gameplay loop was like fine. I can see people like switching off and being like, I'm going to shoot some zombies.
I can also see people who like weren't in the mood for it at the time being in the mood for it now. And sure, it's been there and you could play it in a not like an okay version, a really good version, because it is the PS4 game upgraded for PS5 and then running really well. But whatever, when a game re-releases, it does give you a chance to sort of remember it. But what's the price going to be?
Is it out on PC?
Yeah, I think it's on PC. It was like one of the earlier PC releases. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
It's just,
okay, cool.
It's been plastered everywhere now. It's had its chance.
What the hell? I clicked Days Gone Steam and it lists the reviews at 9 out of 10.
Okay, look, maybe the children were right.
What's going on here?
I don't know. I never played Days Gone. I just don't. I'm like not in the mood for zombies. All this biker aesthetic stuff. I don't need it. Of course, I have my Ride to Hell Retribution copy right over here on the floor when I threw it during that podcast the other day. So what do I need Days Gone for? I don't. Yeah, well, okay. What is going to be the price of this game? Because I feel like if it's $40, okay, that's fine. Anything more than that's kind of rough.
I think they're going to rock it at full price, baby.
70?
At most, we'll get 60.
Yeah, okay. 60 sounds like definitely plausible. Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow. The first review on Steam for this is someone shitting on Concord and saying, I can't believe they made Concord and didn't make Days Gone 2.
Kitty time. Yeah, well, they're not going to make Days Gone 2 or more Concord, buddy. Don't worry. Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Sam Fisher is returning on Netflix. The Devil May Cry series is coming out soon. And will Nintendo win its lawsuit against Palworld? All that right after this. All right, we are back. Let's do this. Sam Fisher is getting the Netflix anime adaptation treatment in Splinter Cell Deathwatch. This is from Ben Lyons at Game Reactor. While we're still desperately awaiting official news and information about the Splinter Cell remake, which they've announced, Ubisoft has presented a first snippet of a different Splinter Cell project that it has in the works with Netflix. This is known as Splinter Cell Deathwatch and is an anime adaptation of the famed stealth action series, one where Liev Schreiber will be taking on the task of voicing and bringing Sam Fisher into the format. While we don't yet know exactly when the series will debut, a 2025 release does seem highly plausible. As per the information we do know for a fact, Netflix has affirmed that the show is coming from both Ubisoft Film and Television and animation studio Sun Creature and Faust, that it will be directed by Guillermo Dios and Felicien Coulm-Diolch. Is that pretty good? Is that how they speak French?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I just barely pronounce the words. That's how you pronounce things in French.
As someone who is not very good at speaking French, I personally am convinced that's perfect.
That's perfect, right? Written by John Wicks, Derek Kolstad, and produced by Kolstad, Helen, a bunch of other names. Hey, yeah, cool. I think that this is something that I will probably watch, actually.
I will check it out, but you know what would be cool? If they made a fucking video game and released it.
That remake has been in the works for a while, right? Like
that remake is not... That remake is on the shelf next to Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah. That's where that is. The line of release is Beyond Good and Evil 2 and then Splinter Cell Remake.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is never coming out.
And also, I think Splinter Cell also maybe never coming out. I mean, they were working on it for a while. I remember hearing about it, and then they said publicly, yes, we're doing that. And it was like, no, we never got like any like gameplay or a trailer or anything like that. No, and they've never mentioned it since. It's
probably because every time someone tries to make a game, they get pulled into making an Assassin's Creed game or helping in an Assassin's Creed game.
Yes.
1,000,000%. I don't know. It's a small miracle that Prince of Persia Lost Crown happened and it is as good as it is. But I'm still hopeful for a new Splinter Cell. Like, I hope that they do actually release that. The stealth franchise has never been more available to own than ever. When Metal Gear Solid was kicking Sam Fisher's ass up and down the industry, they were like, we're going to release fucking 8 of these games and get absolutely clapped by the GOAT, Snake. And now that there's no Snake around, my man is gone. Okay, they're like, actually, he's coming back, isn't he? Damn.
Yeah.
But they're like,
way.
we're not making no more. We're not going to make any of those games. It looks to me like a market is now available for stealth games. I believe we should stop making them. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Relax.
And I get excited because like the technology is kind of really there to really see through the ideas of Splinter Cell all the way now with like global illumination and ray tracing. You could have complete real time lighting. And how much fun would that be to mess around with in a kind of like the Metal Gear Solid 5 moment for Splinter Cell? It's like, let's really kind of open things up and let people play around in this playground space of here's some systems. You can interact with them. Now go figure it out. That would be fantastic, but they're not going to do it.
There has never been a better time to create a video game where you can shoot out light bulbs.
We are
never been a better time.
Yes, we are in the light bulb shoot-a-thons right now. Yeah.
Yeah. This should be it. I'm gonna make a video game that's just people shooting light bulbs. Nothing else.
Would love that. I would love that.
But each light bulb has a personality, and as it dies, as it explodes, you can hear its like final words.
Ooh, that just does it for me even more. Yeah. Why am I so excited? Hey, Splinter Cell Deathwatch show. Hey, Liev Schreiber. I think that's a pretty good casting decision. I like Liev Schreiber. He can have a gravelly voice. Sometimes he just defaults to a gravelly voice for some of his characters in like movies, and that's really all you need for a Sam Fisher. He's just got to sound a little bit worn, a little bit like he's smoked a lot, and that works for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down. I think it's good. Yeah. I think I tweeted or I threaded as well because I'm like using Threads way more now.
Yeah, me too.
Follow me on Threads. I looked at some tweets there and it was very normal. So I was like, interesting.
All right.
But Michael Ironside is around.
He is.
Michael Ironside is also very old.
Yes, he is.
And I feel like any sort of production that is like this is going to take a lot of effort. Yeah. And especially if it's like, this popped off so hard, we need a season 2. You kind of want to avoid a situation where Michael Ironside is not available.
Yeah.
It would be good if they like gave him a brief cameo as another character to kind of like tip of the hat.
I love that. Yes.
Like just have him be like Sam Fisher's dad or something like that. And be like,
just the agency director, you hear from once a season. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay in the shadows.
Yeah, that would rule. I would love that. Cool. I'm gonna watch this though. I am like of that age where I'm like I feel the pull of a Tom Clancy where I'm like military fiction.
Is that just unlocking in white dudes?
It's just genetics, man. Okay, it's not great. I think it's all the colonialism and the imperialism. It just comes for us all in the end. It really sucks, but I do feel it. And I'm like, oh, cool, military spy fiction. I want more of that all the time. So this seems like this could be a good one where it like crosses over some of my other interest. And I really
is Sam Fisher in any of those games? Any of those books or movies or TV shows?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's a Ubisoft joint.
He's a Ubisoft creation, yes. But he's Tom. Okay. They own the Tom Clancy name now. So yeah. That's which I never fully understand. But they did acquire the name when he died, which is a fun thing to do. Fun thing to think about.
They do still consult with him, though.
Oh, of course, they could sort with him and speak to him in hell.
It's called Ghost Recon.
Oh my God, Tam!
I've already done this joke once before.
I know, but hey,
ages
worth
ago.
it. Yeah, it's just getting better. Netflix's Devil May Cry series is coming in April. This is from Ben Lyons at Game Reactor. Netflix has seemingly cracked the code when it comes to turning iconic video games into anime adaptations. The formula, I don't know. Listen, people like that Castlevania show. Better than a lot of stuff on Netflix.
People seem to have forgotten about Dragon's Dogma.
God,
and various other shows.
There's a lot of stuff on there. You're right. That like just slop that people forget about. The formula pretty much seems to be to get Adi Shankar to helm the project and the talented folk at Studio Mir to animate it. And that's something we'll see again in practice when the Devil May Cry adaptation arrives in April 2025. This takes on Capcom's famed game series, and we'll see Dante back up to his usual tricks and slaying monsters in the most badass and action-packed way.
They got Johnny Young Bosch back, though. Johnny Young Bosch was the replacement Black Ranger from Power Rangers for a while.
Oh, okay.
He's very good. I believe he voiced Nero in a couple of the games.
Okay.
And now he's graduated to Dante, which is great. He has the attitude. He has the kind of vibe and the energy you need for Dante. So I'm glad that they went with that casting. That's good casting. I respect. He's also in like a bunch of like games already. I think he was who was he? I think he was Arakawa in Infinite Wealth.
Okay.
Yeah, and
people mentioned that he's a prolific voice actor. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's also in Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections as Sasori, one of Akatsuki and Jin in Mortal Kombat. So he's great. He's very beloved in the video game space and the anime space, and so this is a perfect mix up. There was already a Devil May Cry anime.
Yeah, I'm sure that sounds familiar. Yeah,
I watched it a little while back. It was called it was just called Devil May Cry, the animated series, and it was interesting. It was a lot darker than what they're trying to go with here, it seems like, but it had that very 90s, early 2000s era anime style, where it's like he looks kind of like he's grabbed out of Trigun or something like that.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it was. I'm excited to see it. I love Devil May Cry. I'm a long-time Devil May Cry fan. I aged out of Dante as a character pretty quickly. I thought he kind of like. I thought he was cool up until Devil May Cry 3, and I was like, "This is cool. This young brash Devil May Cry character Dante is really cool." Then he became like creepy Dante, where he started being a bit of a sex pest and doing weird corny shit like dancing around with a rose in his mouth, and I was like
Waluigi.
I was like, this guy's not cool anymore. He's kind of like embarrassing and a little bit awkward. So luckily there's a crybaby Nero now, but you know what's good? Virgil, always cool. He's always cool.
I'm not huge into Devil May Cry. I played some of 5. I enjoyed it enough. I actually like DMC Devil May Cry quite a bit. I enjoy that one a lot.
I also think that's a great game. I know people hate it because
it changed things
for various reasons. They changed things, but like it's got the most coherent story of them all.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's like at least really well told, I think. Whether the
got
beats
to
are good.
fight a demon version of Bill O'Reilly.
Yes, exactly. And that's
what's going on. Come on,
like right in my wheelhouse. I've always wanted to beat up Bill O'Reilly, so that was very important.
Noisier soundtrack.
But hey, I'm like, if I'm gonna like go watch one of these shows, I'm probably gonna go catch up on the Castlevania stuff, because that is I like the spooky stuff, and I can justify it because October's coming up and all that stuff, and it just fits with me a little bit better. But Adi Shankar's, who I think is kind of a bit much, but whatever. He's good at producing these shows.
Is he?
He seems like he's a bit much. I don't know. Or you're saying he's good at producing the shows?
Or is he just like producing a lot of them?
Okay, you're right. Maybe he's just got the normal
like
hit
record. I mean, he's listed as executive producer.
Yeah, and he does seem to be like a force that gets these things made. I don't know how responsible he is for the quality. I have no idea.
Yeah. I feel like, and no disrespect to all the executive producers out there, you get different flavors of executive producer. I get this. I get the feeling that this is a flavor of executive producer where it's like, yep, do that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I would not want him in the creative room actually deciding what the show's going to look and feel like.
He's listed as executive producer on all of the Castlevania stuff, but like,
I mean,
I've never seen him talk about Castlevania.
I remember early on he was talking about it a lot. I remember him,
but like in a way that like made me feel like, oh, these guys get they get it.
No, I think what he gets is he should be hiring the right people, and I think I'll give him credit for that. I'll give him credit for that, because it seems like he's occasionally done that for some of these things. And again, I like that first season of Castlevania. I thought it was pretty okay.
Yeah, yeah. Carry on.
No,
not to talk
Please.
shit about Adi Shankar. Clearly, the Castlevania things pop off. So whatever part he plays in that is great. But I'm just like, maybe we don't like give him carte blanche on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, and again, I think he's a bit much. So yeah. Netflix also has a Tomb Raider show coming out very soon. Overall, how do you feel about the state of like video game television adaptations, especially here in the West, and then the versus like the movies? Because there are a lot, like I think you pointed this out, a lot of these shows get made, especially on Netflix, and I forget about them and don't even think about them. But like, there's like 4 or 5 that are pretty solid, right? I mean, especially once you count Arcane.
Yeah, once
right?
you count Arcane,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk,
right?
Castlevania. Those are pretty much it.
There's 3. Okay, there's 3 super solid ones.
3.
Yeah,
those are the solid
and then 2
ones.
of those are like actually super good with Cyberpunk and Arcane. And I'm like, I'll take that hit rate. That's fine to me.
Yeah, decent.
It's decent, right? And
yeah,
I think I'm at a point where when the lower stakes, like and not having to be a massive blockbuster film, I'm like, I kind of like the Netflix way of doing things still a little bit better with this stuff. But
yeah, I just feel like the game side of it is where I get a little frustrated.
Yeah,
where it's like we don't have a Splinter Cell game. We probably will get a new Devil May Cry game soon-ish announced, I guess. But, we don't have a new Castlevania game. That's, like, annoying.
Yeah.
They just announced a new, we'll get Cyberpunk at some point.
We keep hearing rumors there's a new Castlevania, but that they've done Silent Hill and Metal Gear, and we are still waiting to hear about Castlevania, which was rumored alongside those things. It's like, oh man, is that actually going to happen?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I just hope that it translates back the other way, where
I agree, of course.
Games, TV and movie is benefiting off games. Like, I hope that I assume the idea is like you build an audience with these shows, and then you leverage that for something else. And I hope that something else inevitably is a game and not like Sam Fisher action figure or something like that.
I agree. I hope that these companies are doing this not just because it's a check, and that they have plans to do stuff with these characters, because I do care about them. Pokemon Concierge. Someone pointed that out. That stop motion animation. Cool. That was pretty good as well. So yeah, 4-ish.
Is that anime though?
Not anime, no. But everything's animated, right? That's all anime. My favorite anime is Care Bears. All right, so let's see here. Analyst is that is right. Analyst is certain Nintendo will win its lawsuit against Palworld developer. This is from Ollie Reynolds at Nintendo Life. Sirkin Todo came out. He's a well-known analyst from Japan, and he's like basically just saying, so first of all, the lawsuit is filed under Japanese law, so it has nothing to do with the US, nothing to do with the UK or EU law at all. Second point is that I think that Nintendo took its time to really build the case, map everything out, including courier arguments that the other side might bring up in a lawsuit, and how to counter them, and make absolutely sure that they think they will win before filing the lawsuit. And I bet that's right when you take into account that, like, I'm definitely, when I was discussing this stuff, definitely thinking of U.S. patent law. I bet Nintendo is going to be quite favored when it comes down to Japanese patent law, and that they did do exactly this and ensure that they were in a good position. Although if I had to put money on it, I would bet that these companies settle instead of actually seeing it all the way through to court, right?
Yeah, I think they probably will settle, and there will be it will be a settlement, but Nintendo will come out on top. I think that's how it works. It'll be like,
yeah, definitely.
It'll be like, we're settling, but you're never allowed to bring those fucking pals anywhere near Asia.
It'll be a serious,
something like that.
Serious wrist slap, not some like little one. It'll be like they will feel the welt on their wrist when Nintendo is done with them. That would be what they're going for here. And yeah, and you're right. It could even come with like exclusionary, like, hey, no, you can't do this certain thing in this certain territory or something like that.
You know what I hope happens? I hope there's like a knockdown, drag out court case, and like the defining moment that tips the favor in Nintendo's direction is they reveal a new Pokemon from a upcoming game, and it is a gun, and they're like, we did the Pokemon with gun thing already.
Yep.
Like, this is infringing on our copyright.
Yep.
That would be really amusing to me.
That'd be good. And Other people aren't as sure. Richard Hogue Law on YouTube, he usually does a pretty good breakdown, but again, he's an American attorney. He was less concerned, or less convinced, I should say, about Nintendo's like 100% sure lockdown on this case. Mostly, he points out because it's weird that it's a patent case instead of a copyright case, and it's almost certainly a patent case because they didn't feel comfortable making the copyright claims. They're like, no, these are actually legally distinct, and even Nintendo knows that. And until we know what the patents are that Nintendo is accusing Pocket Pair of violating, we can't really know how confident they should be. In fact, I think the fact that Nintendo has not shared what that patent is yet, or not like put those filings out publicly, it might speak to that. Might just speak to this being somewhat of a scare tactic. Pocket Bear themselves said they hadn't seen what the patents are, so they probably have by now. But
maybe they're trying to patent a gun.
Patent a gun. Nintendo probably does have the patent on guns. You think?
I bet you Nintendo has the like schematics for the world's most deadly gun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No way. Like, I think that's what Miyamoto created to begin with.
Gunpei Yokoi like did that and then he retired. Yeah.
He's like, they call me Gunpei for a reason.
All right. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is still coming, says developer. This is from Blair Marnell at GameSpot. The remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic hasn't had a lot of public progress since it was announced in 2021. Man, it's already been that long. There were even rumors that the KOTOR reboot was no longer in development, and that was me, everybody. But that's just because Sony doesn't want anything to do with it, and that still that has not changed. But now the developer Saber Interactive has separated itself from Embracer Group. The company has secured a fresh round of investments that will allow it to continue to work on KOTOR and other projects. Basically, they just got a big influx of cash from new investors. The groups themselves actually.
The investor is called Warhammer. Warhammer is the name of the investor,
and that game is popping off too. Apparently, it's like its second week of sales were way higher than the first week.
The investor was delivered by someone called the Emperor.
The Lord Emperor. Yes, Jesus Christ. Aleph Capital Partners and Crestview Partners. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Basically, what matters here is they got a bunch of money. They have paid off their debts to Embracer, which, holy crap, Embracer should pay them instead. And they have now confirmed, hey, as part of this, we are going to be able to work on all those games that we have going on, including Jurassic Park Survival, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, Roadcraft, blah, 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 a bunch of other stuff, and Knights of the Old Republic remake.
I'm going to say something controversial, okay?
I would expect nothing less from you, Tam, please.
We've been shitting on a lot of remakes recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to continue that trend and just say, don't need it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Leave it. Don't need it.
I just played...
Don't need a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake.
I played KOTOR again recently, and I was very happy with my experience. That's me. I'm an older gentleman at this point. So
I feel like now is the worst time to do another Star Wars thing, considering from my perspective, Star Wars absolutely sucks ass right now. Like everywhere I turn.
But KOTOR's the kind of thing that can turn that on its own.
Is it, or is it a thing where people go, nah, Star Wars sucks now, I'm out of here. Like and then out of there, like
that's also possible.
Like, oh, great.
That's also possible for sure. But KOTOR definitely came at a time when people were not feeling great, and they kind of KOTOR was holding up all of Star Wars. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, now they have Fallen Order or the Jedi games to do that. And do you really need a KOTOR remake? I had a real good time with Outlaws last night, where it's I've fully come around. I'm like, I think I love this game. I think this is easily in my top 10 for the year now. Damn,
it's all just cool. It's all just hanging. Anytime, I don't necessarily love it's the Ubisoft thing where I walk past a character, they have a mission for me, they're going to stop me and talk to me, and getting those another thing added to the list of things to do. It's annoying in the way it is in a lot of Ubisoft games, and I think that's the thing that hangs up most people. But the way that they're delivering it and the space you're hanging out in and the way the character's talking and all that stuff was really good. So Outlaws, I'm someone who pines for the good days of Star Wars. It's hitting me pretty hard.
You know what I am constantly find amusing?
No, please tell me.
That other Star Wars game that no one even talks about or remembers exists, Star Wars Eclipse.
Yeah, that one also feels like I put that in the pile with Beyond Good and Evil 2. I don't think that one ever comes out.
Yeah, It's not happening, is it?
I don't. I mean, we'll see. But God, who knows?
David Cage is getting in the way constantly.
I don't need David Cage's action game. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm cool. Actually.
I don't know about you, but I do. I would see that shit.
Okay, fair. Good point. Finally, Tokyo Game Show is going to pop off for real beginning next week. Xbox's Tokyo Game Show presentation will air September 26th at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific. Damn, you got to get up for that. Sony, just joking.
God damn.
Sony announced.
I actually would be all right time because I'll be in Europe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're going to be fine. Morning time. Sony announced its lineup for what it'll have at Tokyo Game Show. Astrobot, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, Dynasty Warriors Origins, Infinity Nikki, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, Metaphor Fantasio, Monster Hunter Wilds, Neva, PlayStation 5 Pro. They're going to have 2 demo stations featuring Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Gran Turismo 7, and Sonic Across Shadow Generations.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One noticeable game missing from that.
Yeah.
Where is Death Stranding?
Death Stranding 2, right? Now, is there I guess there's a chance that, like, maybe that does show up there, or
maybe they just do their own thing.
Maybe they do their own thing.
Yeah, because Kojima was like, I'm making a new trailer. This is the first time I will be talking in public again since the last
people
time
in chat are saying Kojima
Productions
said they're going to be there.
Yeah, they definitely said they're going to be there.
Right. Maybe they're probably doing their own thing then. Yeah,
maybe they just have their own little thing. I would have figured like Sony would be like scooping up all the games there under their umbrella because
I agree. Yeah, a little strange. I mean, especially because wouldn't it be cool to show off a new game at one of these PS5 Pro demo stations instead of Gran Turismo 7 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth?
No. You can't show off a new game with a new piece of hardware. That's crazy. What are you talking
You're right.
about?
Don't be stupid. I'm being a dumb asshole.
Weird,
You're right.
People might accidentally find a reason to buy it. Don't do that.
You know what? I'm just gonna go walk into the ocean. You're right. I shouldn't speak out.
This guy claims to be an expert. Everyone,
yeah, I know,
everyone point and laugh at Jeff Grubb.
Embarrassing.
Everyone point and laugh at him right now.
This list of games is a lot of stuff though that we've known about. I think this might be a reminder that State of Play that again I've heard 24th before this, so all this stuff would be popping off on like the 25th, 26th, 27th.
Please look forward to Jeff Grubb Silence Week.
Any minute now. God, every time I do this, it's like I should just shut the hell up. But
he said doo-doo on the internet. Everyone, it's falling apart.
The first party games at the PlayStation State of Play are probably going to be underwhelming. I think that's this is a sign of that, I would say. But doo-doo. All right, let's. I got a poll question over here somewhere. Let me find that. There it is. I'm going to refresh and bring it up for everybody.
Is a movie on Netflix called a Netflick, or no?
I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that. An internet flick. You got to say the full name because net is short for internet.
I think we should all just start saying, "I'm going to watch a Netflick."
Okay.
And just see how far we can get it. And see, and just act like it's, of course, that's what it's called. It's a Netflix.
We could, our the voicemail dump truck very popular with the youth. I'm sure we can get it over with them.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Everyone start calling movies on Netflix, Netflick, please.
All right, here's the poll question from yesterday. What do you prefer, Pokemon or Palworld?
Can we have the poll question be, is a movie on Netflix called a Netflick?
Yes, we can do that. Absolutely. Yes. Sean, you heard him. What do you prefer, Pokemon or Palworld? Palworld got 21% of the respondents. Pokemon got 79%. Honestly, thought Pokemon would do even better than that. So, I don't know. What do you prefer, Tam? Pokemon or Palworld?
I mean, I want to say Pokemon, but the other guys have guns.
They do have guns.
That's dangerous.
Did have a good time when I played Palworld. Yeah,
it was fine. I like Pokemon quite a bit. I'm not super into the new Pokemon. The new Pokemon seem like they're a bit try hard, and also like I like Horlucha a lot. I think Horlucha is great.
More importantly, do you see that Nikki's very upset with you for Netflix?
No, why have I upset Nikki? Oh, because of Netflix.
Because logging in to tell Tam to shut up.
Nikki's upset right now.
No way,
one
dude.
Day,
no,
he's going to be sitting
here.
around with their stupid LA friends, and then they're going to be like, Nikki's just going to be like, how about we watch a Netflix, and that is all of the friends are just going to turn to them and be like, "You're a genius."
Yeah, just nod.
And then Nikki will know.
Nikki will know. Then they will know. All right. That yeah, 79% Pokemon. That's the poll question. We have a new poll question coming up in a second. You might have heard it already, but in the meantime, Tam, why don't you tell people?
I just saw Nikki's avatar on the site.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I have seen this. Yes. It's animated.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I've seen it as animated.
Oh my god.
It's what's the haircut called?
Nikki, is that a high top?
High top? Yeah. Nikki says it's so old I don't know how to change it.
You gotta bring it back, Nikki. You gotta bring it back.
That's very good. All right, hang on.
You look incredible. First of all, you look like you haven't aged a single second, which is crazy. But also, damn, that is a look. I like it. I like it a lot.
There you go, everybody. Okay. Tam, where can people find you on the internet?
Nowhere.
Yeah, don't find him. Leave him alone.
Actually, you can find me. You can find me.
Leave Tam alone week is going to come right after Jeff Grubb shuts
Here's
up.
The thing, right? I am trying to juice my numbers on Threads and Instagram.
You know what sucks is that I started using Threads and I was juicing my numbers, and now I'm like, I should use Blue Sky.
No, don't use Blue Sky.
I don't want to, but my brain's done.
I need followers. This is all for my various attempts to prove that I'm
valuable to this country,
and valuable to the country, which have become quite difficult recently.
Hey, it would suck if I had to prove I was valuable to this country, Tam. So I want to let you know I sympathize, but that would just be a bad time.
If you're here and you're listening, just go to Instagram and hit the follow button for me, and then go to Threads and hit the follow button, please. That would be great. I appreciate that. I am going to be streaming once I'm back from my little travels. I have also written a video that I'm going to make and publish.
Oh,
it's a pivot into lifestyle blogging.
Oh,
it's about my cats.
Okay, well, everyone get on top of that. Let's read that. Watch that. See here, new poll question. It was what was it, Tam?
Should Tam have to leave America? No, I'm kidding. Is a movie on Netflix called a Netflix?
Yeah, yes or no. And then
I guarantee you, this is going to be your most popular poll.
Okay, you heard it here, everybody.
Without fail.
He's gonna juice our numbers. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, call it. Should we call movies on Netflix a Netflix?
All right. Whoever does the polls, Jan or Sean, you heard him. All right. God. I think we're supposed to say what we do on the site now.
We're going to be doing a Universal playing fiasco, better known as UPF.
That's right. That comes up after Bombcast Revengeance.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing that shortly. I will be on it for precisely 30 minutes before I have to leave.
Yep. That is, and you're gonna tell us a little bit about Dragon Age.
Yeah, I am, but I'm reconsidering now after the last time I told people about Dragon Age.
Good news, I brought in some commenters to give some thoughts to you. So,
oh my god, it's just not even commenters. It's fucking there's people who work in the industry who are also like, I'm like, listen, dog, I don't know what to tell you. I went to play the video game, and then I came back and I played, and I said, this is what the video game is like, and this is how I felt, and everyone's very upset.
What do you think's going on right now? Because like I do think.
Everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on.
People are mad that new video games are coming out, it seems like.
People are upset.
Yeah, they're upset. They don't want new games to be good, I think. It's weird.
I mean, they don't want certain new games to be good. But it's also like the weirdos are out, and I'm like, hey man, I didn't say any of the weirdo things that you usually like, the weirdo bait things that you usually come to. I just said it was a cool game that seems like it could be good if it stays this good. And then people are like, woke, and I was like, I did not say remotely a woke thing.
Of course not.
There's nothing in there. I just said I like the combat. That was it.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that on Bombcast Revengeance, and I will accuse Tam of being woke, so look forward to that. UPF, we're gonna play a bunch of shit. I don't know. It'll be a good time. In the meantime, though, next week will be fun. A bunch of people traveling again, but me, Sean, Nikki, we'll keep the site afloat for y'all. We'll do some fun stuff. It'll be a good time. We'll come up with a last minute theme week and we'll just go for it. Tam, thank you so much for hanging out.
Just call it Absence Week.
Absence Week, okay. And
Netflix
Week.
Netflix Week, yeah.
All right.
Netflix Gaming Week. You can only play games that are on Netflix.
The Geeked Week, the real Geek Week. All right, Tam, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and talking about video games. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. I also have a final idea. Call it Balatro Week, and every single thing is Balatro.
We can make that happen.
Like everything is every stream is Balatro. Every podcast is Balatro
I
related.
am Balatro.
You are dressed up as a card or a clown. Balatro Week. Anyway, thank you, everyone.
Like a clown. Jan did say Days Sean Week. So, okay.
Actually, let's pivot to that.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Thank you again, Tam. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. You're the best audience in gaming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself and go follow Tam on Instagram.
Yay.